Alright, had a little rough day yesterday. It wasn't good. I kind of buried this in the woods, backing through a soft trail. Loaded too heavy on one side by a loader that was trying to help. Ended up getting stuck. Pushed myself out. Truck took off on me. Hit a tree. My beautiful truck. Not terrible, but still, shouldn't have happened. Looks like I got a few things to fix. And I discovered a fuel leak. Now I gotta figure out where. I'm not sure yet. I gotta dig into it a little bit. I don't know if it's the fuel filter or a hose, but there seems to be a lot of fuel running out. And I'll dig a little deeper. I'm just gonna turn the fuel pump on. I don't see it running out of the top of it, and I don't know if it's... Sorry, I got a neighbor cutting up scrap wood to have campfires, it looks like. Looks like there's a lot of washing right here, so there's... and it's wet. And I can hear the fuel pump running. That's the fuel pump right there. About 30 bucks. No big deal, but... I'll start it up, see what happens. Still don't see anything. It was pretty wet yesterday. It was running out of somewhere around here. And it was right after I filled up the tank, which I don't normally fill it all the way to the top, but it was full, but it was... This is below the tank, so it shouldn't be a fill-up issue. You can see it in the mirror or not, but it looks like that hose is pretty wet. Pinch it off and not wreck anything. Plenty of extra in here. Hey, look how wet that is. It's got to be just a hole in the hose. drop straight down. Oh, look at that right there. That's nice. That's an easy fix. Boy, I was running out of that yesterday. Still got a lot of hydraulic leaks that I gotta fix. Take a look at that too. You can see when it's running, this motor just vibrates like crazy. I mean, it runs smooth, but I don't know if they all shake like that or what. The clamp doesn't quite open up enough to get over the barb there. There we go. That now. All right, that looks good. That's a relief. I didn't want to have the excavator stuck on the trailer here for however long it takes to get new stuff. Alright, see if we can find some leaks or fix the mud flap or... Oh, it was a bad day yesterday, I tell you. And I still didn't get done. It was too muddy to even complete. I took that tractor there, and see it's covered in mud. I was sinking a good foot into the mud trying to get to a culvert. Terrible. Alright, I took these 3 bolts out. I think that's the other 2 don't have to come out. At least I think that's what I did last time. Look at all that fuel that ran out. At least it's making my boards be waterproof. Like it's got a little leak, but I gotta move the boom around a little bit and see if I can find it, because I don't see any other major leaks anywhere. It's kind of hard with the cap picked up. Be another safety involved somewhere, because I can't move anything with it tipped up. Oh no, my flashlight's dead. These look like just little quick couplers. Wonder if I can change an O-ring on that, or... hoping I don't get sprayed. That's not the one I'm thinking. It's this guy, but I can't get to it. Alright, I can only look in there. I can't get my little poker in there to try and pull an O-ring or anything like that, so I don't know if you got to just buy a whole new hose. I can look up a schematic, I suppose, if I can find one for number 34, whatever that is. I don't even know if that's the main one leaking, but it's definitely got a leak. I mean, everything else seems to be somewhat dry. I mean, it's not a major leak, it's just a drip, a few drips, you know, if I'm running it for a while. It's got a little puddle. I don't know. Alright, since I don't see anything else major, maybe this little line. Not sure. I mean, it looks a little wet down here, which would be under, there's nothing above it, there's no lines right there. Not sure what's going on. I'll have to do a little research on where the hoses go and if there's a hose kit, or if I gotta just pull them off and bring them somewhere. Easy boy. Anything. There, now I can see even more stuff. Now I should be able to start it and see if that's where it's really leaking. But you know, it's not. Well, it is a little bit, I guess. A little wet down there. Was that just from me taking that hose off? Probably. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I dripped so much oil when I took that coupler off that little hose there. I was hoping to see something obvious, but I really don't. So where I was back in the, a while back, I did a video about a culvert in the woods. Well, he had the woods logged, so there were a lot of trucks in and out. Kind of softened the place up a little bit, crushed a culvert that I put in, so I had to go back and put a different one. It seemed to be solid. I just knew I couldn't get within about 50 feet of that culvert, but I didn't even make it 75 feet down the trail. And with all the weight on the right side, it just sank, and all the weight came off the left side, and I was... And I seen the mud flap laying there, and I didn't even know it was mine. I'm like, oh, one of the truckers left a mud flap laying here. Then once I got out, after ramming the tree, so there wasn't enough power with the excavator to push it out. Yeah, I even dumped the load out, so I was empty. So I put the truck into low gear and just let the clutch out. And I just gave it a little push, and off she went, but it was so soft that the right tire grabbed and turned and started heading into the woods, and I couldn't catch it. And it was only going, it was slow, but I couldn't get out of the excavator quick enough to stop it from hitting the tree right in front of it. Bad day anyway, bad day. Try doing this without cutting myself. There. good. So when you dump, when the box goes up, this ends up going, leaning up against the tires too. So once you're back into a pile, if you got your gravel there, it'll just pinch that right off of there. That's not what happened. It was because I was sinking, and I started sinking that much before I even got there, and it got caught up. See, now this side, has this metal, a metal T there. That kind of holds it back a little bit, stops it. So I might have to make one of them for the other side, because that's kind of helps a little bit. Can't really tie that up much better because of the moving. Oops, the moving of it. Yeah, see that? That happened the other day. Right there. That hose was on there so bad it was leaking, pouring oil out of it. That's a $750 little cylinder. I actually found a used one on eBay. But I'm gonna go get some more of these hoses made. They just, look at that. They're just terrible. Lots of flexing. I'm replacing a lot of them. So it was that one. And that long, no wait, this short hose right here. That was the one. Boy, I could not get that thing free. Then it popped free, and I thought, oh great, I got it. Nope. Really weak. Gets really thin right at the cylinder. So I'm getting a few of them replaced. And now this one's starting to go. And that one's starting to go. And it looks rusty. So I'm going to do some lubricating, I think. But when you got a bucket full, this thing will lift 1,000 pounds. When you got a bucket full like yesterday and I'm bouncing, I mean, that's a lot of pressure that adds to the system there. Well, let's see if we can go get some hoses. And this is what our main highway looks like. Oh yeah, yay. Replacing water lines and all kinds of stuff. Lots of equipment, lots of traffic. Make some noise. Smells like the good old days of doing burnouts in cars when you could afford tires.
Yeah, it brings us back to the day. Used to be good times there. All right. It's like a big erector set, you know. All right, let's make sure we get them even for you.
I appreciate that.
There we go. That'll work. Get that one even.
Get past that big forearm of yours there.
Oh, sorry, sir. Clock that one a little bit more. We are flat. All right, set pressures. Right on.
one I used to use in the job I had. It was completely upside down from that.
Oh,
and
really?
You just went until it couldn't go anymore.
You just give her all the beans on that one.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, it's fun when you can do some 4-wire holes. That's the fun stuff. Oh, look at that. Right on, sir. Make sure it doesn't bump and move.
Hopefully not break a cylinder here. Alright, there's one. Well, that one was easy. Alright, it's probably going to leak a little since I'm standing on the bucket. I did get some high pressure O-rings just in case I needed to heat it up, but this one came off. I know. That's why it's so important for these to be clocked properly. Because once you bolt them on here, they don't twist. They can't twist. They're too short. Alright, everything's going the right direction. I had 2 hoses made, but that one don't look too bad yet. That one don't look great, but until it gets more fittings, I don't want to use the one and then, have to put an old one back on. Alright, there's one more thing I want to go check on. I got some keys for the new toy. Since everything you buy only seems to come with one key, so I ordered a set of keys and we'll see if they go fit. Before I head up there, before I forget, I just wanted to fix this chain. I gotta get a stronger chain. I was trying to pull that trailer house I was demoing with the little excavator. That one's not gonna last much longer, but well, it's all stretched out. That's always an easy way to hurt yourself in this business. say that because I just did that. In my toolbox. Just always something. Keep a supply of Band-Aids handy. This one I just keep on the floor of the excavator, because you never know when you need it. In fact, yesterday I hooked it on the bumper of the truck so I could pull it off of the tire. It's stuck on the, bent it so bad on the tree. And I'm gonna go, let's go check out the key. Alright, so this is the new to me toy. I was starting to make a video of getting it, but maybe I'll just combine that to this one and then save working it to a job at some point. But the only thing that, I mean, everything works on it. The only thing that is a little bit of an issue is the safety. But I don't see any switch in there other than this lever holds. It's hard to do. So it holds that into park. So if it's not in park, if that's not down, so then if it's up, you can't put it in park. So I think there's a little micro switch or something down further for the park thingy, because there's nothing up on this lever in here. The only thing I can see is the horn. But let's see if the key works. Oh, it's so comfy. So here's the old key, and it looks the same as the one I just bought, but you never know, it could be off just a little different. Hey, it works. Now we're in park, ready to go. Oh, yeah, there's that. One's so good. Beautiful. The guy took really good care of it, and I got there and it was already greased. I told him I was going to bring a grease gun just to see if the fittings take grease, but he already had it greased and filters changed, fluid changed. Kept it in the garage. He'd take the ropes off, and so he could put it in the garage. So now I got to build something here to keep it nice. Just a shed, like a machinery shed of some sort. But the Amazon keys work. I have a good feeling I'm gonna love this machine. Be my nicest piece of equipment. And go find me some trees to push over. I want to open all this, bring this down to about here and extend the parking area. So there's gonna be a few crappy trees and a pine that's got to go. But I got to move all the equipment there first. I brought some gravel in for a customer, but they haven't called back yet, so I might just use that myself. Alright, let's see if I can find some work for this thing.